Okay, so now we're going to talk about some more commonly confused words, and just to recap, we need to remember that they sound and sometimes look alike, but they have completely different meanings, and spelling is a big issue here, so it's something you're just going to have to commit to memorization and remember the different spellings for different ones, because if you're using it in a sentence and you just spell it the wrong way, for example, we talked about apart and apart, or illusion and illusion, then if you use it in a sentence meaning one word but you spell it like that, then it could be counted wrong, regardless of the fact that you just spelled it wrong, because it could be counted as a misspelled word or just an entirely wrong word for the context. So just make sure you commit that to memorization, and just make it something that you make it a point to remember how to spell the different words and which ones correspond to which meanings. So first we're going to talk about the difference between capital with an A and capital with an O. Capital with an A you might recognize as something by saying the capital of Virginia is Richmond. So it can mean a seat of government, or it can also mean financial resources when someone talks about like gross capital and things like that. And then capital with an O means for example, we could say the governor gave a speech at the Capitol today. So this one with an O is actually meaning a building or a place of meeting for a legislative body. Now we're going to talk about the difference between breath and breathe. And these are kind of difficult because you can also make mistakes whenever you're pronouncing them as well, because they are pronounced differently. This one without an E is pronounced breath, and it's the noun version of the word, and it means the air inhaled or exhaled. So, for example, you would say, you could see his breath in the cold air. Now this one with an E is pronounced breathe, and that's kind of how you can commit it to memory. If it has an E on the end, then you say breathe. And then it's the verb form of the word, and it means to inhale or exhale. So with this one, you'd say, you will die if you don't breathe. Okay, and these two are pronounced the same, and this one is ascent, and this one is ascent. This one is spelled with a C, and this one has two S's. This one says, the plane's ascent made my ears pop. So this one means to climb upwards, to ascend up something. And this one, assent, means an agreement, or to agree to something. So for example, you would say, the test subject assented to experimentation. And a way I like to remember this one is, this one has a C, and it means to climb. So that's kind of an easy way to kind of commit that one to memory. Okay, and this one is where the words are separated by a space. And this one does not. It's all one word, apart, and this one is two words, a part. So for example, in this one, it would mean to be separated. My car fell apart, or the two dogs had to be pulled apart. But over here, when you say apart, meaning two words, you're saying I am a part of that organization. It means to be joined with, to be affiliated with. And then, last but not least, we have another one separated by a space and not. We have already, two separate words, and already. And remember, that eliminates an L, and it's put together into one word. So already, the two separate words means to be prepared. So you could say dinner was all ready when the guests arrived. But over here, when you're using it in one word with only one L, remember, it means by this time or previously. So for example, you would say the turkey was already burned when the guests arrived. So flipping that sentence around, if you wanted to change it with different words, you could say, by the time the guests arrives, the turkey was burned. So that's a good way to remember that. Just remember that one has a space and one is one word, and we'll see that a lot with commonly used or commonly confused words.